La la. Hello Pips and welcome back to Project Hospital. Welcome back to Campaign 1, where we've completed a new objective. Objective for insurance company has been completed, treat 45 patients per day. And we've gained 35,000 doubloons through doing that. We now need to reach 75% prestige at the end of the day. I'm currently going through patients. I've been clearing them out of as quickly as possible from the emergency department. We can see here that Karen Thomas, she's getting her rehydration. We now know what is wrong with her, and we can she has been hospitalized. I'm going to give her treatment and lots of things to deal with her fever and the cramps that she's experiencing and stuff, so that she's a little bit more comfortable. But she's been dealt with. What is this? Lab procedure uncovered a new symptom of a favorite patient. This is David Lee, who we thought might have lupus. Turns out he doesn't. He has an iron deficiency. Well, that's fairly boring. He's no longer a favourite patient for us. So let's see here. We need to. Oh, look. They're still kicking around, these ladies. We're going to work around them for the moment because we've looked at them quite a lot. Here we go. Let's see here. Oh, I made a little canteen eating area. Did you notice? So she has irritable bowel syndrome. Yeah, no, she's fine. She's been dealt with. Right, you don't need all these examinations. That's unnecessary. But you're on your antibiotics, so that's the important thing. You don't need all these examinations. No. But you're getting your medicine. That's fantastic. You also. This symptom has gone away. So she's going through her surgery right now. So it'll be interesting, won't it? She's very thirsty. So Jennifer Garcia is going through the surgery right now. Right, she needs surgery. She's already in the hospital. So let's give them lots of medicine because look, belly button pain, abdominal pain, diarrhea, fever, cramps. God blimey, yeah, lots of drugs for her. Make her more comfortable. Fraser King, waiting for bed, is he? Does he need to? I'm assuming that he needs to be sent to. Yeah. So currently he's sitting on the trauma. Emergency ward, but what he needs is actually to be moved to the ward in general surgery, and it seems that all he's doing, I don't know if he's waiting for a bed or if he's waiting for the nurse to transfer him. Maybe the beds are full up on the normal ward. Shall we go and check? Oh, monitored patient collapsed. Oh, well, I'm not surprised. This is one of our ladies, isn't it? That was on, yeah, Brooke. So she's going into septic shock. So she's got some sort of an infection happening here. I'm wondering if we should send her to the ICU. She needs antibiotics, which they are about to give her. Because we still haven't uncovered this thing. They're doing it all in the wrong order. This is the problem. They are doing it all in the wrong order. Of patient needs. So let's have a look at the ward upstairs for general surgery. Where are their wards? It's this ward here. Are they all full? They are. This ward is full. This has a free bed though, and this is the high dependency unit. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send him to the high dependency unit instead, because there is a free bed available here. I'm hoping that it will let me. You've missed your surgery, look. Will it do it? I don't know. Again, it could just glitch out, but that's what we want. We want to send him to the high dependency unit instead. But it seems like they're absolutely obsessed sending him to the regular ward. So if we want to free up space in the regular ward, just here, this guy, maybe we could send him to the high dependency. No, they wouldn't let me do it. There's no free bed. No free bed. It's not letting me do it. So there is a free bed. I want to use it. It won't let me. Let's see. I tried sending this guy over to the other ward. It wouldn't let me. What if we try and send him to the ICU? Mind you, it's going to be a bit too late by that point. The game's already warning me. So what we'll do is just build another ward. We've got loads of money. And we do have the space at the moment, which is fairly important. And we know what's wrong with him. So let's give him his final diagnosis and tell him what treatment that he needs. And he is waiting for a regular ward on this department. So let's go into build mode. For general surgery. We want a ward, it's hospitalisation. Let's see. Although it doesn't matter where you go into prefab. Just the regular ward. So I'm hoping it'll fit here, everybody. It's not. It's not going to fit there, is it? Look. Damn it. My little eating area will go. Maybe we could turn this into a big canteen area. Should we do that? We'll do that. We'll start turning this into a canteen area. For now, we'll just move the bits out the way. And we can beautify it at a later date. Oh my god, there's actually a stretcher here. That's a bit of a worry. The stretcher. I'm not going to be able to delete that stretcher. And we really need to get this guy into the ward. I know that I'm not going to be able to delete that stretcher. You see that it's green. I can't even move it. She's in use now, right? Okay, so if we watch her, she might get out the way. She did. Excellent. So let's go back into build mode. Prefabs. We want just a normal, regular ward, which we are going to pop just here, like so. And I'm aware that there will be a line on the carpet, and even though we can't see it, it will upset me. So we will. Oops, I've messed that up. That's the wrong floor. That's the wrong floor, everybody. It's this one. There we go. There we go. So now he should be able to go straight there. Hopefully he'll be able to go straight there. He should be fine now. So the clinic has now closed. And at the moment we're not seeing anybody going home, which is fantastic. What's happening with you two? Going to chair, give her numbing ointment. I think she's, yeah, but now she's leaving. So she's the only one that's left. One left. Not too bad, eh? Not too bad. He's been hospitalised for some reason. No, we've done well there, everybody. So Brooke has now come to the ICU. The ICU is very heavily equipped with lots of life support machines. You can see here that the ICUs, it looks quite different from other wards. It's very expensive here. And they get almost all the treatment that they need, quite personal, quickly. Yeah, so he's doing it all right now as best that he can. So we know that she needs the antibiotics. It's on the active treatments list. That's him doing, I think, the prescription maybe for her antivirals, which she has now got. Okay, so we can see here that the septic shock has now been suppressed, but there is something else here that's still pulsating and causing problems. So still worried about her. She's not out of the woods by any strength of the imagination. Karen Thomas. Now, is she one of the ones? Karen Thomas is here. Right, okay. Do we need to keep Jennifer up here? Don't think so. She's had her surgery. Now the problem is that of course we don't have surgery going at night. We might need to change that. We've got, so Brooks is still waiting for surgery. Barbara Moore does need surgery, but it's not as vitally important. Not as vitally important. We've got Karen Martin here, who is in desperate need of attention and still hasn't got it. She could crash soon and end up on the ICU department. And then Karen Thomas is also on this department. So is there enough free nurses to transport the patient? All right, so she is waiting to be transported upstairs. That's what she wants. That's what she needs. So this is why it's asking. So let's have a look here. So on this department, this emergency department, how many nurses do we have? Okay, we've got these two nurses. They are both transporting. They also do patient care. They're also both on break, which is a bit weird. Okay, well we'll put another one in. She'll do. There. So we've added an extra nurse. Or will it be a nurse coming from upstairs to transport? Not 100% sure actually. Could be either. It's worth paying attention to, so then we can know this information. You know, to see who actually ends up transporting her, because that would be a nurse. If that was the case, she's returning a stretcher. Be the nurse. The nurse is from here. It would be the nurses from here. Interesting. So I've had another emergency come in. And we've got staff here quickly, so that's fantastic. So we know that's still going okay. Now, is it? It's you, is it? Right. So yes, it was actually Patricia Moore coming from general surgery that came to transfer this patient. So the department they're going to is the nurses that are transferring the patient. Okay, that's good to know. So we didn't need that nurse down there, but we've got her now. I was about to say what we could do is move her to this nurse's department, right? Because this is where Patricia Moore just came from, right here. And this is the department we've been messing with to make sure that we have enough people available for surgery. Now, I'm wondering if we could bring her to this department or not. Possibly not, because it is just patient care. But does she have to have medical No, she doesn't. Or maybe she does. Maybe she has to have... No. Clinical nurse specialist. No, patient care's enough. Patient care is enough. Where we've lost this spleen woman. You. Is there must be a way of... I'd like to work on that department. There we go. So we change her to department. Then we go back to this department upstairs. Right, Mary Hall, and add her. There we go. Yeah. So she can work up here and she can help towards transferring patients. That'd be great. She's being transported to treatment. So it looks like that Brooke because she was in the ICU, has been put at the top of the queue to have her abdominal surgery. But of course I think possibly Karen here is going to end up in ICU at any moment. In fact, I might do it now because I'd really like to know what this is. Yeah, I'd really like to know what this is. They have quite a lot of equipment and they'll just do all this stuff straight away. This lady, however, will be fine. Karen's going to be fine. Okay. Okie dokie. So we're doing pretty well here. But we probably should do the rounds. What am I doing? We probably should do the rounds of those that are on wards. Although Jennifer left today. Nobody's on those wards. That's great. We know that we have Brooke here on the intensive care unit. We're aware of that. Now, let's see. So we've got Karen Martin up here. We've got this guy as well in general surgery. Is he the guy that just came in? I think he might be. So I think, and he needs surgery as well. I think what we are going to have to do is get a surgical team working at night on general surgery, because the queue is too big. The queue is too big, and if we don't deal with it, it's going to be rough, right? Because when they're done with this surgery, when they're done with Brooke, which we know Brooke will be fine after this, they're going home, and then these emergency cases that we've got here, we've got 2 that are vitally important to have surgery as quickly as humanly possible. There'll be nobody until morning. We can't allow this to happen. We can't allow this to happen. So we absolutely need to deal with the nighttime staff. We can't ignore it anymore, as much as we'd like to. So let's have a look here. Let's go. No, we're going to need this. So nighttime staff at the moment, doctor-wise, we have a surgeon. We have an anaesthetist. Now, as we know with the operating theatre, we also need a doctor to just assist. We're going to need a doctor to assist. Let's have a look at these perks. What have we got here? We've got another surgeon here, which is pretty good. They're often late to work, which isn't brilliant. Oh, this guy takes 20% less salary when he's leveling up. He's also quite a good boss. Better than Michael Walker, maybe. Don't know. Can we have a look at Michael Walker? Michael Walker? He's probably during the day, Michael Walker. You're not going to let me because I'm in the middle of doing nighttime stuff. Fine. Well, I think we're going to employ you. And you can assist at surgery. Then we need a doctor to deal with this room at night time, which I saw that it's also reading critical on. But she can be late to work, which is a bit of a problem, but she does have advanced diagnosis, so I'm going to get her in. She will not assist a surgery. She's going to deal with everybody else. Now, nurses. We now need to look at nurses for night time. At the moment, we only have 1 nurse working here at night. That's all that we have. So we're going to need a couple more. We are going to need, surgical nurse. Unpleasant. They give a mean staff training. We don't want this, do we? So let's see. A receptionist. I say all of these can be late for work. I don't want it. These staff are terrible. Alcoholic. We really need a surgeon. Okay, Casey White has very clean shoes. Right, Casey, we are going to employ Casey to just help with patient transfers and patient care. Not necessarily to do with assisting at surgery. Okay, but we still need another nurse that has the surgery, this medical surgery, but this one's got very dirty feet. Medical surgery has 3 hidden traits. Fast learner, but she gives the mean staff modifier. Well, I'm thinking that No, but she could interact with patients. She could interact with patients. Ah, no. What's your trait? Oh, gives nice stuff. There we go. Wow, that took way too long. Kate Foster. Brilliant. Okay, don't worry about transferring patients. Excellent. So she can work in surgery. So we can now get surgery working at night. Thank goodness for that. I feel like it's really vitally needed at this point. So we can have surgeries going all night, and we can do 2 surgeries in a night, because my God, these guys, they really, really need it. Critical workload on 3 rooms. Okay. We're still doing the rounds, so let's carry on with our rounds. So we want to look at general surgery. Can you press play though? Right, so let's look at the ones that aren't critical. And let's just make sure that everything is hunky-dory with them. Yes, everything's fine with Susan. Everything is fine with Carol. These patients will probably be released in the morning, to be honest. Yep, you're all good. I'll also have a look at you 3. Right, so she's waiting for surgery, but she's currently giving away to critical patients, which is just as well, because so we've got 3 surgeries currently waiting. You'll probably go in the morning. She'll probably go in the morning. So we've got 3 surgeries currently waiting, but 2 of them are critical. And 1 is not. At least she's here now for her examination. Karen Martin, can we find out what this is? And see if it's something we can treat before her surgery. That would be amazing. He's got a gallbladder rupture. My goodness. He needs abdominal surgery. He needs so much surgery. It's insane. And they've not given him any meds to help with the pain or the vomiting, but yeah, his gallbladder is currently rupturing. He's in a really bad way. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise, guys. Can we find out, please, what is going on with Karen Martin? That'd be really great. That would be really, really great. I've been wanting to know this symptom for so long. We still don't know. So he's now going to do some blood pressure measurement. He's going to do a blood pressure measurement. See if perhaps we've got any internal bleeding. Would that reduce her blood pressure? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know anything about medicine. I know nothing about medicine. So you could probably learn from this, right? Couldn't you? Blunt pancreas laceration. Oh yeah, she probably is bleeding internally. Is caused by impact, injury, or physical attack, with no presence of an open wound. Yeah, so yeah, she probably has got some hemorrhaging or something. But if we could confirm that, we might be able to deal with the hemorrhaging separately. So instead of 2 things causing her to potentially crash, oh no, it found nothing. We still don't know what's wrong with her. Now we could do these examinations, except I don't have these rooms built, and that might be something that we'll need to look into. Building these rooms, getting this hospital functioning so we can deal with the maximum amount of patients is definitely worth doing, because then we can get more money to actually pay off the debt, and we're learning as we go. So no surprise at all to find that Thomas Jones has now begun collapsing. I mean, it's not a shock at all. He's going into septic shock. So what we're going to do is ask him to give him some antibiotics, some IV via IV. I'd really like. I mean, I don't know. She's going to the ICU now. So Karen Martin's now gone to the ICU, and I think he's about to. Yeah, he's also going to the ICU. So everybody's going to the ICU. It's tough times, everybody. Tough times. So we're going to have 2 patients on the ICU, and as far as I'm aware, don't we already have a patient on the ICU? I believe. Yeah. So we're now going to have 3 patients on the ICU, and as far as I'm aware, that is the maximum amount of people that we can have. I think I've only got 3 beds, look, in ICU, and it's going to be full. And I only have, I think, this one doctor working ICU. Let's have a look. Yes, we only have one doctor. Is he going to be overwhelmed? There's one nurse here as well. Now, this lady is in no way critical. She's got an abscess. So he's just been an incision and draining her abscess. That's charming. But now he needs to, on an emergency basis, get to Thomas over here. But he is in the process of doing a procedure with Brooke here. Yeah, incision and drainage. So we really need him to finish up with Brooke, because Thomas is actually in the process of dying right now. He is collapsing. So I think what we might... Oh, he's now coming right to Thomas. So we want him to put him on some IV antibiotics just to deal with this septic shock. He can't do the surgery here. He didn't even put... Oh my god. What's going on here? Brooke crashed again. Undergoing stabilisation. She's moved from this bed to that bed. That was weird. We're still waiting for... I think we're going to have to put another doctor on, aren't we? Let's pause this. I think we're going to have to put another doctor on. This is crazy. So, it's night time. I think... we'll put her on. And we're also going to need to get a second doctor on during the day. I think it's going to be her. There we go. Right, so she is now running as well to help, because we've got another patient coming in. We've got Karen Martin to deal with as well. Everybody is collapsing. He's waiting for an operating room rather than waiting to be... I think they're just going to send him straight for surgery. He's performing CPR right now on Brooke. Blimey. And she's had her surgery. But it seems that she had some sort of infection. He's currently doing some blood work on her. Wow. Look at this lot. Karen... apparently... Yeah, Karen Martin is currently being transported to this room. Susan Brown's waiting for her. Here we go. Here we go. Undergoing stabilisation. So, can Susan find anything out about Karen Martin and what this is here? Who knows? Who knows? And also, is the surgery room... It's being cleaned up at the moment. It's incredible, isn't it? It's absolutely incredible. That we've got so many people in for surgery so quick. I don't think I've ever seen my ICU full. But there we are. It's happening. And he's currently idle. And she's fulfilling needs. So... What, you're trying to say that they're all stable? They're not. Can we do an urgent echo on Karen? Please. He needs. And why have we not put him on IV? On an anti... That would help with this septic shock that that's currently making him crash. I don't understand why they're not giving any medicine to this guy at all. It's very, very weird. Don't understand it. It's like there's a bit of a bug here. You know, like, I've been waiting for him to go on meds for so long. Oh, is he actually going? Okay, what's happening here? Karen is actually going to have surgery. Can you believe it? Okay, we don't need the surgeon echo. Let's go to surgery with Karen. Oh, an employee got drunk last night. An employee got drunk last night. So he works here. He's a surgeon. Can you believe it? He's a surgeon that works. Let's see. During the day here, pretty sure. Daniel Clark, alcoholic. So that's what we've learned about him. He's an alcoholic. He's also our surgeon. Oh, look at this. We've reached an objective. Reached 75% prestige at the end of the day. 40,000 doubloons. Fantastic. So we're going to have to sack Daniel here, but we need to absolutely replace him. Let's have a look at traits here. Depressed. But you know what? I think I'm good with this. Takes 20% less salary when leveling up as well. Do you know what? We'll get you in and you can do the surgery instead. Blimey. Okay. Unbelievable. Anyway, so she's being transported to her surgery. I hope that she makes it. I really, really hope that she makes it. And that Thomas here makes it. And that Brooke gets over whatever this infection is that she's had. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit that like button. As long as you are here, why not take your first step on the path to total coolness by supporting me via Patreon. The cooler you are, the harder I work, which means even more SHIZWAH.